Hi guys, today I'm gonna paint the last piece of my bedroom furniture. And since we had all mismatched furniture and I didn't want to go out and buy a matching set, I just decided to paint everything the same black color with the same silver handles, and then that way it matches. And I have a helper too. Charlotte, sit still on your stool, okay? So I have a helper. This one's my husband's side table. It's the same size as mine, but obviously not the same style, which works well because mine is just so feminine and curvy and fancy, and his is just, you know, nice, square, masculine, so it works perfect. So I've already sanded it down, and it's not, you can see it's still yellow, and there's still straight paint on this one. It's not to take the paint, it's not to strip the paint down, you're just handing it to so that the paint adheres to it, so that you're getting that glossy coat, because this one was already refinished by a friend. She sold it to us. So you just have to get the glossy layer off so that the other paint sticks. So I already sanded it. I'm gonna primer it, and then I'm gonna use my siphon gun, my Critter siphon gun, this one, and it's really nice. These are just 16-ounce mason jars. You could go buy them anywhere, so that way it's really cool. When you're done painting, you can store the paint in the mason jar. You just put the lid on it, store it for later use, rinse out the spray part of it, and which is really easy. You just run it under the water. What kind of paint is this? Latex paint. This is the paint I'm using. It's a really high gloss black paint. Latex paint rinses really clean with water, really easy. So I'm gonna hook it up to my little compressor. It only takes I like it between like around 60-70 psi. It doesn't take a lot, so you don't need a big compressor for it. And I'll show you how to do that. But and that's it. And that way, like, all my furniture is nice and matching without being a matching set. And I bought it all. Well, the big dresser was my husband's when he was a kid, so he brought that along when we got married. And then these side pieces we just bought like from friends or at a yard sale type thing. So it was really cheap. But Charlotte, you can't be my helper if you're gonna move everything. And then this is what I use for when I'm painting out here with my spray gun. I just made a makeshift drop cloth. Come here, sweetie. With PVC pipe. And then I just taped dollar store shower curtains to it. And it works perfect. There's no overspray. So somebody's having a problem. Hey, are you gonna help me? No. Okay, go in the house then. Okay guys, so we're ready to get the paint done ready. Sorry, my workbench is a mess. We have more than one person working on it here. So take the lid off and get on your hook. And then I've already mixed Floetrol into the paint. It's the black, the high gloss black. I've mixed it really well. And then you have to strain it. So I just have my mesh paint strainer. I just put it right in the jar, and then I pour the paint in and let it strain. If you don't strain it, even brand new cans of paints will have globs of paint in it, and it'll get stuck through the straw. So you have to strain it, and it's the paint itself is too thin. That's why you need to thin it. But so I just pour it in. And then I just let it sit for a little bit, let it strain. I'll let that sit while it's straining, and I'll show you on this. So this is the part you move up, this part. And you're gonna move it up or down depending on how you want your spray. But if you have it up too high, too low, it won't spray the paint at all. You have to have it in the path of the air coming out. So you just screw this on, this end. It's attached to the other side of your air compressor, like so. Real easy. and you just attach it and screw it back on, and that's it. And then so all I have to do now is turn my air compressor on, let the air build up, and then I'll be able to paint. And the reason I'm spraying up here is just so that I can make sure So earlier when I was spraying, it actually wasn't spraying very well, and it took me a minute to figure out what was wrong, because usually it gives a lot better coverage, and it turned out that I still had the paint too thick, so I had to thin it out even more with the Floetrol, but now it's spraying really well. So I'm going to put the drawers in, I've got all that sprayed in, and then do that, and it'll be a lot better. And I'm wearing a mask because otherwise black paint particles will be stuck on my nose hairs for like a week. So hopefully this helps. I ran out of paint, which if I had any of these extra jars, I would have just made up like a bigger batch of the paint and had them in the jars ready to go. So I just switched the sprayer, but I don't have extra jars, so I did take a minute to fix it. Okay, so while the dresser is drying, the first coat of paint for drying, I'm going to let it dry for like 20 minutes and then put a second coat on it. You can hear the cars because I'm in my garage. But I've got the knobs down here, and they're on screws, so I just screwed it through the cardboard, so the screws on the back to hold them up straight, and I already primered them. My husband already had some gray primer spray paint laying around, and then I'm using the Rust-Oleum Metallic. It looks really nice, and the only reason I'm using it as a spray paint instead is because they don't sell it in the quart size anymore, just in a regular paint. Otherwise I'd be using my critter gun, because I don't like spray paint. I don't like the way it smells. It gives me a headache. It gives a lot of people a headache, but it gives me a really bad headache. I'm really sensitive to strong smells, and other paint doesn't smell. That's why I like the critter gun so much, and it's also cheaper to buy in the quart. So I'm just going to do these. That's how I did. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's how I did the handles for the other dressers too, and they turned out really nice. So. So those look really nice. I probably won't need a good second coat, but I'll probably just paint the very tops of them a second coat just to make it last a little bit longer, but it looks nice. Well, here it is all finished. Hopefully my husband likes it, but it looks really good. You can't see any marks or spray marks or anything. It just sprayed a nice even coat all across it, and the knobs came out really good too. Okay, so to clean this, it's really easy. Just run it under the water. I unscrewed this top little nozzle in the spring, and we'll just run it under the water to rinse. Run this under the water, and you should probably plug your sink too, because if this goes down the drain, if you drop it out of your hand, you're screwed. Come on. Babies do not make good helpers, just in case you didn't know. Don't let them help. Come here, go sit down. You're gonna brush your teeth. I'm using the sink right now, so I need you to wait. And of course, this is a lot easier with 2 hands, but I'll show you. So just run it under there. Rinse it out till it runs clean. Hi. Just a minute, okay? I'm almost finished and then I can help you. Rinse this part. So you just want to be really careful to make sure you get the whole thing really clean. Otherwise, old paint will clog the fill tube, this part of it. So just clean it really well, let it dry, and you're ready to paint again next time.